we're going to be looking at a figure that I have seen for the first time ever, actually, and her name is Marigold. She looks really awesome, and I just want to get into it. But, quick disclaimer. She's very obviously a furry figure. Yeah, I guess it can be kind of controversial. I don't know why, but it kind of is. Any hate, rude comments, or stupid comments regarding her, the furry community, or anything like that will be instantly deleted. And I'm just gonna say that now because I don't want to mess with anyone being dumb, okay? So let's just not do it and let's get into it. This lovely lady we are looking at today is called Marigold. She is the first ever anthropomorphic figure that I've ever seen. And I don't know, I feel like I've seen a lot of figures that's kind of saying something, and this is what makes her really, really special. So looking at the front here, we have a nice big clear window with Marigold front and center. We have a picture of her illustrated, not of the actual figure, and she is 1/7 scale in size. My favorite scale. It's between 1/7 and 1/6, so perfect. On our right hand side, we have Marigold, the actual figure here this time. Pretty simple packaging, but I think it's quite elegant for kind of the mood that they're going for. It's very elegant, very regal. I love it. And then we have her name, Marigold, with a little paw print. And I love the cursive. Cursive makes it look super fancy, so I like that. On the back, we have a bunch of different things, actually. We have the main picture illustration, which is where she comes from. We have that same pose, but in the actual figure. And then we have a couple different angles and also a kind of a side-by-side character sheet. Basically just her, you know, what she looks like. And I think it's really cool. Finally, on the other side, we have the same thing as the side we just saw here a second ago, but her backside. So very nice. It gives you a full image of the figure itself. And without further ado, let's open this thing. Cool, we got the base, and of course we've got our girl. Let's take her out of all this freaking plastic. She looks stunning. Okay, let's put her on the base. Here's the base. It's pretty simple. I don't know if I like or wish there was a little bit more. Pretty self-explanatory. I am a little wary of this little single peg holding up the figure. It is pretty heavy, and I'm scared that like over time it'll maybe snap or fall. I don't know, but that is one thing to be worried about. She is freaking incredible. Wow. There's actually a little bit of weight too. I mean, I'm assuming it's like either the tail or other obvious things. Don't look at that. We'll get to that. But wow, she looks amazing. Let's talk about the paintwork because quite frankly, it has me a little blown away. And I'm not actually familiar with this manufacturer, so I'm very interested in other stuff that they have done. I'll have to go check them out. I've always talked about how I don't really like static poses. This one's on the cusp. However, they're doing something that I think is really, really fun and interesting. They have her posed in like a cute little, you know, she's serving, hand on the hip. You can tell that her balance is like, you know, she's walking and stuff. And I actually really, really like that. I'm not sure if she is a fox or a wolf. Correct me. Literally the most I know about her is that she is from a illustration. So I'm not quite familiar with her character, but she's obviously in a bunny suit and she's kind of like a little server thing going on. So I like that. They did that very, very well. I also really like just the overall shape of her body. She, she thick. That's what it is. She's 100% thick and I love it. Maybe it's like some chubby representation that I'm like really, really liking. I guess she's more slim thick. But anyways, whatever, point is that it really, really works for her. I think they did a great contrast between her outfit and her fur, which is ingenious in my opinion, because the bunny outfits usually are, I don't know, what are they, like leather or something? But they're pretty good at like differentiating between the fur and the suit itself. Her fur is more kind of like matte, a little bit of shininess, but not too much. And then her actual suit is super shiny. That thing looks like it was like glistening in the sun or something. I really like it. Another really obvious point, her colors. We got color theory going on here, people. Okay, purple and this is like yellow, orange. It's supposed to be gold, but like basically these are complementary colors and they look so good because one of the benefits of having these colors is that they make each other look brighter, more vibrant, really nice. And you can obviously tell that between her hair and her tail. And then we have the same going on for her hair, where she's got some parts that are yellow and then the main part overall is purple. Love it, love it, love it, love it. I also really like her outfit accessories. So that would be her shoes. Also follow that same theme of like it being shiny, but they kind of got a little bit of like the Louis Vuitton going on, where the Louis Vuittons are like red at the bottom. Well, these aren't red bottoms. These are these are yellow bottoms. She fancy, you know what I'm saying? And of course we've got her little bow and the little serving cuffs, which I always thought was so weird. Why do you have cuffs if you don't have sleeves? But you know what? It's the look. I have to remember that it's the look. Of course, we've got her serving tray with, I don't know, what is that, a martini, a dry martini? I want to say that's a cherry, but like the little cherry stem is so straight up forward. I'm not sure if this is like part of her character design, but she's got little hearts on the side of her thigh. Like, oh crap, she has them on her shoulder too. That is so pretty. Let's talk about her fur pattern because I think it's actually quite important here. We've got 3 main colors going on. And I don't know if she's actually wearing tights or if that is kind of where the markings are coming from. To me, they're implying it because the top half of her fur is a very bright purple. And then the bottom is kind of more desaturated. It looks a little more red in there. She's actually quite pale in her like chest, in her booba area. And then, so we have the same thing going on. We have like kind of boots for her fur at the bottom. We've got her mitts. I don't know, man. These are just, they're so cute. And they add such good definition to her fur. Also, it like accentuates certain shapes of like the body or whatever. So it makes it look like, you know, more defined. And you can actually tell what is what. It makes me happy. It makes me happy that it's so high quality. I love it. I could see her being super popular to the point where she gets re-released a couple times because you don't really find that many like anthropomorphic or even like furry characters. I don't know if that's exactly the same thing. So I'm very, very curious to see how well this does. The only thing that I can think of is another figure that I reviewed, the BNA figure. And they're anthropomorphic characters as well. I think the difference is that that's from an anime that's a little more well known. There's figures of like Legoshi out there now. I'm wondering if it's gonna become more popular now. And honestly, I really truly hope so because I have gotten other comments before of like there just not being many like anthropomorphic or furry characters. So I feel like it's an untapped market, people. Come on. Give the people what they want. Let's talk about details. 2 things about this figure. She seems to be limited quantity, which kind of sucks because I don't know how many people actually got to get it. But there's 2 versions of her. The standard, which is the girl you see here now. Okay, this is editing kitty because it's a little hard to explain on the spot, and I was editing this and I'm like, what I'm saying for the tears doesn't make any sense whatsoever. There was a campaign on Indiegogo where depending on how much you back them is what you got in for the figures. So for example, if you look on the screen, I have loyal customer, that's tier 1 or tier 2 technically, but we're just gonna call it tier 1, where you only got a card, a keychain, and the actual figure itself. Then you would go to VIP customers, where you would get a card, keychain, the standard figure, and an art book. And then you have Patreon, which is basically you get the card, a keychain, and the figure, but it's painted special in like different colors. So like it has metallic paint. And then the final tier is manager, where you have everything. Card, keychain, the standard figure, art book, and the special painted figure. So there's a clarification. I hope that's helpful. I do want to know, however, that the Indiegogo for this is closed, so you cannot get those tiers anymore. At this point, you can only get the standard figure if you can find it. But let's go on to the other stuff. The company or the manufacturer is Sakura Gear, and I believe this is my first time buying from them. So wow, yeah, very good first impression indeed. It is dimension-wise, height 270 millimeters or 10.53 inches. And so that, you know, it's a 1/7 scale. This is a ABS PVC material, and I will put up the sculpture here for you as well. I do like including that every now and then. And yes, wow, very good stuff. let's talk about the not good stuff. Though I will say, the price that she is, not bad for what you get. We paid for her at the time. I think it's changed. I don't know. She's already being scalped, by the way, for significantly more. So that freaking sucks. But at the time that we bought her, we paid 25,000 yen. I'm hoping again that there's other releases, but we will see. Overall, I think they did absolutely fantastic with her. Wow, she's freaking amazing. And yeah, I'm super excited. I do kind of want to say, if you have any other figures that are actually furries, and this is not the first one, like there's obviously like, no, duh, kitty, there's been other ones. Please, 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 please link them. I want to see them. I want to see what other figures there are, because to me, this was like a first. I was like, whoa, I've never seen this before. And if you know the artist, I will actually look him up after that. But if there's like other artwork that you like, I would love to see that too. I mean, I'm so interested because I want to see how popular this guy is. And I want to see like the stuff that he does. You know, that's pretty freaking cool. That's it for me today. Thank you so much. And I hope that you enjoyed. I hope that you get to get your hands on one of them. And I'll see you later. Bye.